Some believe leaders are born. Others say they're made in an instant. And yet others see them forged over a lifetime of experiences, events, and contributions. Our nation's military serve through an experience crucible, which can often create powerful and far-reaching leadership development. They willingly go in harm's way to preserve and advance our liberties, our freedoms, and our most cherished principles. Every now and then, someone extraordinary emerges, raising the bar across all definitions of leadership. General Jack Keane is such a person.
Jack has been an incredible mentor to me and to many others in uniform and beyond government service. Jack's obviously influenced by his upbringing, very proud of being a New Yorker. He went to Fordham, ROTC, early days in Vietnam.
I distinctly remember him as a tremendous presence, very soft-spoken, really kind of quite the gentleman.
When General Keane walks into a room, he makes a presence. He made a presence to the community of Clarksville and to the surrounding communities that support the post, because he understood the importance of the military component tied into a civilian community.
Many of those who survived Vietnam and came home, I think, had a deep conviction that there were certain actions that needed to be taken after that experience, which had such a devastating impact, and wanted to be sure that organizations that he led spoke truth to power, that they recognized the importance of leaders being forthright to those above them as well as to those they were privileged to lead, and he did this.
He was respected by the troops at every level. He went down to the units and he mingled with the troops. He was the epitome of the soldier's soldier.
The day where we probably got closer than one could ever imagine was the day in which I took an M16 round through the chest in a freak training accident during a very aggressive live fire exercise. Soldier knocks out a bunker with a grenade, and he spins around, clears it, comes out, and he trips. And as he goes down, he tenses up and squeezes off the round. I've jokingly noted that it took lightning-fast reflexes to dive in front of Jack to take a bullet for him. The truth is, I actually didn't see it happening. Jack immediately took charge of the situation. And as we're flying to the hospital, he's literally holding my hand. And this is a fairly profound moment. You're not sure how this is going to turn out. And again, Jack stays with me the whole time.
General Keane has spent a lifetime serving the nation and our society. His broad experience, deep understanding of history and current events make him a sought-after strategist, thinker, and leader.
As the war in Iraq didn't go in the direction that we had hoped it would go, he was brought in by President Bush into the Oval Office when the president was determining what should he do after the violence in Iraq had been escalating in a very dangerous manner. And interestingly, Jack was the only individual in that room who said, we need to surge. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines were able to drive down the violence in Iraq by some 85%.
Jack, his expertise goes beyond just the military. He was a board member of MetLife while I was a senior executive there. And so he would come and speak at different events for employees in terms of HR, personnel, culture, all of those things, mission, purpose. I always marveled at how he had the ability to say so much in such a short period of time. He was just a smash hit.
He didn't want to come on that board and sit around that conference table. He wanted to know what actuaries do. He wanted to know what underwriters did in improving cases. He wanted to know what it was like to be in the field.
At the end of the day, there are certain people in life that just have what might be termed operational and strategic judgment. It's sort of they can feel sort of in their fingertips what should be done. And they can do it with a clarity and a vision that very few others possess. And that is certainly one of the characteristics that has distinguished him from everyone else.
He is very disciplined in terms of what he expects from you, and you just get the sense from his physical presence and those eyes looking at you, you better get it done. And one of the things that I saw from him was the idea that he comes from a service organization, and he always talked about that, serving others. And so despite all of his accomplishments, he's still very humble.
I was on a train back from New York City, and then General Keane came aboard, and he recognized me and actually sat down with me. And as we were talking about our experiences in the military, he shared with me that he was in Iraq when I was wounded and decided to visit my unit because he understood and appreciated what the loss of a unit commander meant. You know, he cares about soldiers. He wanted to know how my men and women were doing, and he wanted to see it with his own eyes. And what he shared with me was really very simple but very profound. He spent quite a bit of time with them and left the unit with the confidence that I had trained and led them well. And that meant the world to me.
He had a huge influence on me. He had a huge influence on a lot of us. And the way he made us better was by gently giving us advice, putting an arm around us at times and nudging us in one direction or the other. And on many occasions, challenging us. And this was really valuable. I knew he was doing this at times, and I still, you just had to respond.
I'm proud to have served under his command, and I'm proud to know him, and I'm just super excited that you all have chosen to recognize him.
He is the epitome of that citizen soldier. His personality eludes confidence among those who are with him.
He really is a great example of how to be a great citizen, a great soldier, a great man, a great mentor, a great friend, a great family member, a great husband.
At the American College of Financial Services, each year we recognize one exceptional individual and to say thank you. We appreciate what you've done. Our 2019 recipient, soldier citizen, General Jack Keane.